What if I told you that modern medicine, the very system we rely on for life-saving surgeries, cancer treatments, and even simple infections, is on the verge of collapse? That the miracle drugs we once believed in, antibiotics, are slowly losing their power, and we're running out of time to stop it? Welcome to a silent global crisis that most people don't even realize is happening. A crisis so serious that the World Health Organization has called it the most dangerous threat facing modern healthcare. Antibiotic resistance isn't a distant scenario or a future science fiction nightmare. It's already here. It's already killing. And if we don't act now, we may be forced to say goodbye to everything we take for granted in medicine, from routine surgeries to safe childbirth. In today's video, we're going to uncover what antibiotic resistance really is, why it's spreading so fast, and how it could send us back to a medical dark age where people die from infections we thought were long defeated. We'll explore shocking real-life cases, what WHO and scientists are saying, and most importantly what we can still do to stop it. Because while this battle is terrifying, it is not yet lost. There was a time when a minor wound, a sore throat, or a simple urinary infection could turn deadly. That time, we thought, was behind us. But now, the world is circling back. The miracle that once saved millions, antibiotics, is slowly losing its power. According to the World Health Organization, antibiotic resistance is no longer a distant possibility. It is here, it is growing, and it has become one of the most serious threats to modern medicine. At the heart of the crisis lies a disturbing truth. Bacteria are evolving faster than science is responding. Antibiotic resistance occurs when bacteria adapt and develop the ability to survive the drugs designed to kill them. Over time, the medications that once cured us become useless. But this isn't your body becoming resistant, it's the bacteria themselves. Common pathogens like E. coli, Klebsiella, and MRSA have already developed immunity to multiple antibiotics, turning routine infections into life-threatening conditions. The numbers are staggering. In 2019 alone, drug-resistant bacteria were responsible for over 1.27 million deaths, more than HIV or AIDS. And if the trend continues unchecked, experts warn that by 2050, antibiotic resistance could cause up to 10 million deaths each year, more than cancer. Every corner of medicine will be affected. Childbirth, chemotherapy, organ transplants, even small surgeries, all will become drastically more dangerous if we lose the ability to control infection. But how did we get here? The reasons are many, but all come down to misuse and overuse. In healthcare, antibiotics are often prescribed unnecessarily, especially for viral infections, where they have no effect. In agriculture, the problem is even worse. Over 70% of global antibiotic use is in animal farming, where drugs are mixed into feed to promote growth and prevent illness in crowded conditions. This massive overexposure creates perfect conditions for bacteria to evolve and spread across animals, into the environment, and ultimately into humans. On top of that, a lack of regulation in many countries allows antibiotics to be sold freely, without prescriptions. This ease of access has led to self-medication, incomplete treatment courses, and a massive acceleration of resistance. Meanwhile, the pharmaceutical industry has little incentive to invest in new antibiotics. Developing a new drug takes over a decade, costs hundreds of millions of dollars, and offers little profit, especially compared to lifelong treatments for chronic diseases. What's worse is that we are already seeing the consequences. In 2016, a woman in the US died from an infection caused by Klebsiella pneumoniae after returning from India. Her strain of bacteria was resistant to all 26 antibiotics available in American hospitals. Not even the most powerful drugs could help. The doctors had no options. This wasn't in a remote village or a war zone. It happened in a modern hospital in one of the most advanced countries in the world. We are not doing enough. The WHO has created a priority list of pathogens in desperate need of new antibiotics. But in the last 30 years, only a few truly novel antibiotics have reached the market. Organizations like GARD, Global Antibiotic Research and Development Partnership, are working to change this, but time is running out. While bacteria evolve in real time, we are still tied up in slow research pipelines, underfunded labs, and regulatory delays. So what can we do? As individuals, we must stop self-medicating and using antibiotics unnecessarily. We must finish the full course of treatment as prescribed, not stop halfway when we feel better. We must stop pressuring doctors for antibiotics for viral illnesses. And we must commit to basic prevention, washing hands, preparing food safely, and staying up to date with vaccinations. At a broader level, the agricultural industry must drastically reduce its use of antibiotics. Governments need to ban over-the-counter antibiotic sales, invest in public education, and fund urgent drug development. And perhaps most importantly, we must talk about this. Because silence is part of the problem. Every time we ignore this issue, we give resistant bacteria more time to spread. Every half-used prescription strengthens them. Every unnecessary antibiotic is a step closer to a future where antibiotics no longer work. Antibiotics were one of the greatest revolutions in medical history. They made surgery safer. They turned deadly diseases into treatable ones. But that era is under siege. And if we lose this battle, we won't just lose a tool, we'll lose the very foundation of modern medicine. This is no longer a scientific issue. It's not just a policy debate. It's a global emergency. The future of medicine depends on what we do right now. If we act, we can preserve the power of antibiotics for generations to come. If we don't, we may one day find ourselves helpless against the very infections we thought we had conquered long ago. So here we are, standing at a turning point. The same antibiotics that once gave us the power to fight deadly diseases, perform surgeries safely, and save millions of lives are now failing. Not because they're inherently flawed, but because we, collectively, have misused and abused them. But the good news is, this is not an irreversible fate. We still have a choice. The science exists. The knowledge is available. The awareness is growing. What we need now is action, not just from governments or scientists, but from you, from me, from every household, every farm, every pharmacy, every hospital. You don't need to be a doctor to fight antibiotic resistance. You just need to be informed and responsible. That means using antibiotics wisely, finishing every prescription as directed, refusing to pressure doctors for unnecessary medication, and spreading the word about the danger that so many still don't see. If we act together, we can slow down resistance, buy time for innovation, and protect the future of medicine. But if we stay silent, if we continue as we are, then this modern miracle, this cornerstone of 20th century medicine, will crumble before our eyes. The time to act is now, not tomorrow, not next year, because in this battle, delay is defeat. But awareness is power, and action is hope.